Welcome back to a new episode of the AJ Show. Man, we've got a couple anniversaries happening this year. You know, one, Legend of Zelda celebrating its 35th anniversary, which we'll talk about that later on this year. Probably closer to November when we do our second annual Zelda month here on the AJ Show. But no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a certain blue hedgehog for celebrating their 30th anniversary. And what better way to celebrate than on the 4th of July as I filmed this, because it was actually on the 4th of July I finally got a glimpse of what Sonic was all about. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and join me as we talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Before I dive into the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 game, there's things I just want to again, we're celebrating 30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, I just want to kind of grab a few things over here to the side. Of course, I got Eggman here, Sonic up there. That Sonic's been with me since 93. All right, so he's been still in pretty good condition, actually, so it's pretty impressive. But Sonic video game franchise, toy line, comic book series, TV shows, I mean, my personal favorite, you know, of course, the very first Sonic TV show I watched was The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which basically is more of a slapstick show. But actually, it was Sonic, which is dubbed as Sonic Sat AM. This one right here. This is my definitive version of Sonic the Hedgehog right here. This is what I grew up with. And man, I was so sad when it got canceled and they didn't go to a third season because they cliffhanged this series. They cliffhanged it after the Doomsday episode and left it hanging. Man, I was very sad. This was like a darker toned Sonic series, and I was so sad that this TV series ended the way it did. But it's still a go-to of mine, and it's still, you know, watchable today, even as an adult. Of course, there's the comic book series. Of course, the longest running comic book series is, of course, published by Archie Comics, was Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, this is just kind of the reflection of their Genesis. It's Sonic Genesis right here. This came out in 2011. You know, basically they just kind of rehash like through Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 events in this comic book here. Basically the Archie series, you know, of Sonic the Hedgehog comics was the one I grew up with and one I, you know, subscribed to and got monthly. And of course, at some point I stopped collecting it, and then I got back into it years later and tried to recollect all the old comic books of that series. Of course, today, you know, since they canceled it back in 2017, issues with Sega and such, but IDW picked it up again. And of course, there's a new continuity, new storylines and stuff. But this is what I got so far of the IDW version of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is still pretty good. It's still actually pretty good. I still prefer these characters that they were in originally in the Archie series, or the Archie comic series that was published. But then let's talk about the video games real quick, just briefly, before I dive into Sonic 2. You got, you know, I've got multiple copies of Mega Collections, which I wish I still had the Genesis games, but I don't. But I got Sonic Classic Collection, which you can play all the original classic Sonic games. You've got also the, again, right here, Sonic Mega Collection. You got all the Genesis titles, and plus there's some exclusive games also locked that you have to unlock. Then you got Sonic Gems Collection, which features Sonic CD. I didn't get to play Sonic CD until 2011 when I finally found this at a store at Slackers. And so, but yeah, that has some of those missing games there. But let's dive into also, you know, you got Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, all right? GameCube versions. These are the ones I saw in the stores. I'm like, wait, what? Sonic's on a Nintendo console? I didn't know what was going on at the time, but apparently, you know, Sega stopped doing consoles. And of course, then you got Shadow the Hedgehog, which a lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. It's a mixed reaction game. I enjoy it, personally. It has its issues, but yeah, I still personally enjoy it. But let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for a minute. Sonic 2 was the game that got me hooked into the Sonic series. And it was, again, July 4th, 1993. The church that we were at went out to this, one of the church families hosted 4th of July. A friend of mine owned a Sega Genesis at the time. We just had the old school Nintendo. And there it was. We were playing Sonic 2. And the only two levels I got to see was Emerald Hill and Chemical Plant. And I just absolutely fell in love with the game. It was the colors, the 16-bit graphics. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. All right, there you go. And it was just the fast-paced, seeing the blue hedgehog just burrow through robots and beating up evil doctor scientists who just has questionable contraptions that he has, you know. Like the very first one in Sonic 1, you just got a ball and chain. Yeah, let's flatten that hedgehog. And then you come back in Marble Zone and you try to shoot him with a fireball? Come on, Eggman. You got an IQ of over 300. And this is the best you could come up with. And then next thing, in Sonic 2 and Emerald Hill, you got him driving in this car with a drill. You got a speed demon of a hedgehog. You're driving slow, Eggman. Come on, get it together. And then the other one, you just basically massacre him in Chemical Plant when he's trying to pump up some chemicals to spill on you. Are we sure this mad scientist has an IQ of 300? I honestly don't know. But it does get harder as you go on through the rest of the games. You start seeing it in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, how mad and devious Dr. Eggman can be. All right, the Death Egg, for example, that place wants you dead. Scrap Brain Zone in Sonic 1, they want you dead. All right? And so it's just, you know, constant craziness going on for the Sonic series. And Sonic 2 was one of those games that, man, hooked me in. You got vibrant levels, like Emerald Hill. You got Chemical Plant Zone, which is the city in a chemical plant. Self-explanatory. There you go. And you got Aquatic Ruins, or I always call it Aquatic Ruins for some reason, but it's Aquatic Ruins. Speed through that easily. And you got Casino Night Zone, the beautiful city lights, and the casino theme. And then you're like Hilltop Zone. It's basically Emerald Hill 2.0, but you're in the sky. And then you got Mystic Cave Zone, where you're inside of a cave. Then you go to this Ocean Zone, which, I hate that place. And then, of course, the Grind Happy Metropolis Zone, which is basically Dr. Eggman's base of operations. Then you go Sky Chase, where you're on Tails' airplane, where actually you're like airplane, he flies it for you. And then you go to Wing Fortress Zone, which is Battle Fortress in the sky, you know. And then you hit the Death Egg Zone. And that's where crap hits the fan, is the Death Egg Zone, because you go in it without rings. One hit, you're dead. That's how that zone rolls. And so you got to fight a doppelganger Silver Sonic. That's what this one's called. It's not Metal or Mecha. All right, there's like 3 different variations in the Sonic series. You know, Metal Sonic is in Sonic CD. And then you got Mecha Sonic, whatever, in Sonic and Knuckles. But Silver Sonic is the one you battle on the Death Egg Zone. And then you fight... Can we come up with a better name than the Death Egg Robot? I mean, that's what they all call it. It's called a Death Egg Robot. Even Sonic Generations pokes fun at that and call it the Death Egg Robot. I mean, come on, somebody. And then, of course, you know, when you play Sonic Mania, and that's the first thing you battle in Green Hill Zone, instantly, what? Oh, Dr. Eggman, you're becoming a genius, finally. Yeah, let's start off with the giant robot. Yeah, Death. Yeah, the Death Egg Robot. But, you know, after you defeat those things, you know, you save the world. Now, the question is, what does the Death Egg do? Well, if you read the comic book series, of course, the Death Egg, you know, basically it was set up to roboticize the entire planet. It's pretty much by a push of a button, boom, transform the entire planet, everybody's a robot slave. That's kind of the initial thing of it. I don't know what it is in the video game franchise, but I kind of look at it as that fact that you want to take over the world? Build a giant space weapon, rip off Star Wars, and just roboticize everybody on the planet. There you go. That's how you do it, sir. That's how you do it. You just push a button, and voila, everybody's your robot slave. I don't know if it's got like a giant laser weapon or not, but when you see in Sonic and Knuckles with the Death Egg Zone, it's a whole different animal. I mean, yeah, he rebuilds after Sonic 2. So Sonic 2, you think the Death Egg was blown up and destroyed? No, man. He's back at it again in Sonic 3, rebuilding it, relaunching it, and then burp, hits the floating island, and then you're relaunching again after he steals the Master Emerald and all that good fun stuff with Knuckles. But Sonic 2 is the game that I fell in love with the series. Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game, right behind Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles takes the cake when it comes to the Sonic franchise, and that will always be my top 100% top favorite Sonic game of all time is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 2 is right there behind it, you know. Of course, we're just talking Genesis Classic. Sonic 1, I mean, it's good. You know, as the first Sonic game, you know, it has its issues here and there. Like, don't get me started on Labyrinth Zone. Oh, I hate that place so much. But the beautiful music that each Sonic game presents, you know, of course, Sonic 2, we're talking specifically on this video. Sonic 2 has a great soundtrack, and I love the soundtrack of Sonic 2. And it just brings back so much nostalgic memories for me, especially whenever you get into the other Sonic games. You know, growing up playing Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, that's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog series started with Sonic 2 for me. I did go back. Of course, I played, you know, when I finally got a Genesis that year, the same year that I finally played Sonic, you know, it was Christmas '93, I believe. I got the Genesis. We got Sonic 2. And then we rented Pop and Go videos back in the day, of course. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, got to experience that. Of course, later on, months down the road, I got to experience Sonic 1 and be like, hey, what happened to Spin Dash? Why is there no Spin Dash in Sonic 1? That was awkward because Reflexes kept wanting to Spin Dash and it wouldn't do it. But they did fix that in the iOS version. Thanks to Christian Whitehead for that update and remastered version where you can Spin Dash in Sonic 1. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. So that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching my nostalgia for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and how I got started in the Sonic series. And we may talk a little bit more about the other things here in future episodes. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great 4th of July. Take care.